And now, you're tuned into Tampa Bay's RBLR Sports.
Hi, hello, how are ya? My name is Liz, this is Tom, this is RBLR Sports. Hello, we had a crap weekend, but how are you, Tom?
Liz, I'm doing pretty good. How are you tonight?
Yeah, well, you're coming off it sounds like a pretty good night playing some soccer, so much better than the sun.
I'm back in the game, baby. Everything's going smoothly. We are still yet to win a game, but hey, that's fine. It's Tuesday night co-ed rec 8v8 soccer. It's no big deal.
Maybe the real
I had
games
a great game, right?
The real games we won with the friends we made along the way.
Ain't that?
I think I screwed that up a little bit, but you know what I mean. You know what reference I was trying to make.
The real games we played are the real friends. The real friends are our real friends, and the soccer.
We are up to a just great start. Amazing. 10 out of 10. You know what? It's representative of how the Sun play.
Loose, baby. Real loose. Yep.
Too loose.
Too loose. 2-0 loose.
So, yes, to start off with my notes, we heckin' lost 2-0. 2-0! Like, we... it was just really sad.
It's not as bad as the scoreline makes it look, is what I will say. I mean, it's not good. You don't want to lose 2-0.
I was say, agree to disagree, I guess.
No, yeah, we will. We'll disagree all up and down this, because that's a good Dallas team. And if you look at the two goals, one was off of a free kick, one was off of a breakaway. These aren't fundamental mechanical things wrong with us. We did look like a team that hadn't played in 2-3 weeks, but it's to be expected when you don't play for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was just really nice having no lose November. I was a fan of it. And now it's don't F up the rest of December.
Yeah, hey, we only got one more game in December. So it's either double dunk December or break even December at this point.
Oh, it's too bad double dunk December sounds so good.
Yeah, but it's a bad thing in this context.
It is bad, yes.
Yeah, so the girls went out to the Cotton Bowl. I gotta say, very funny listening to a British accent talk about the
Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, soccer's great.
Every time it caught me out of left. I laughed every time she said Cotton Bowl, and then every single time the marching band just started playing out of nowhere. No one was giving those poor souls any direction. No one.
It's that match was true American soccer culture was what that was. 2,000 people in a 100,000 seat stadium built for football in the middle of Texas, a marching band for some reason, and a British lady on commentary. That's what American soccer is all about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way you get more American is you have like Alexi Lawless on it.
Yeah, which thank God we don't. Super League's too.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, nice going there, man. Van Voort. Good pass on that one.
Wars maybe to break a penalty, or the NASL style shootout for a penalty kick, which I still think we should bring back. That's real footy right there. But yeah,
chaos. Yes.
But we lost. Look, I said, it's a very good Dallas team at this point in the season, halfway through. Right, you got to say, I think Brooklyn, probably the class of the league. Unfortunately, but hey. And then Dallas, this version of Dallas at least, the one that played out, probably the second best team in the league. There's some issues between who they were this past Sunday and who they're going to be Saturday that we'll get into later in the show. But they're not going to be the same Dallas team moving forward for a couple good reasons. But we played a good team on a hot streak, playing well in their home, and 2-0 sucks, losing sucks, but it's not a definitive beatdown by the Trinity by any measure, I don't think. Liz, what'd you see out there? You look happy to talk about it.
Yeah, it was a rough game to rewatch, honestly.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Oh no, I couldn't tell what your face said. Sorry. It was just a rough game to watch. And there were just some odd choices that were made. Like getting into the notes. One, Jade Moore apparently cannot touch anyone without fouling them.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
She's playing a different style of ball, and the referees hate her for it. I don't know what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
I really want to watch some more English Super League to see if what she does is normal over there, because I'm not seeing like a real problem with most of her fouls, but every little contact she makes is a whistle for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we had Bissett do a throw-in, which seems sort of odd when she's a pretty tall center back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's super weird. And then she did it again. But it wasn't even a throw-in. It was a ground ball to Nasello. So it's like, what? And then Nasello gets a foul. Why did we have Bissett do it? I don't understand.
Yeah. She was getting way far up the field, and not in the way like our wingbacks do. Like, it's fine when like Stouty does it, but when Bissett's that far up the field, or even it's fine when Hendricks is way up the field on a set piece. But yeah, just taking the throw-ins was like really weird to see, because it led to some weird like defensive overlaps. And I don't know what that was all about. If that's what we wanted to do, if that's what we set out to do, if that's something Denise saw in Dallas where she wanted to do that on purpose, I don't know what it was. I don't think it paid off or bit us, but it was a weird thing for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of Denise, she was not happy at all with that first half reffing for sure. They showed her on the sidelines many times, just being like, what's going, what, hello,
she was
eyeballs.
Maybe seconds away from getting herself carded at one point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
kind of that's awesome, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. She's got to get one by the time the season's over. She's gonna get carded, I think.
Yeah.
But man, I get it. When you watch Dallas play, every little contact, every little tug, they're going to ground, they're shrugging at the ref. And
then there was an early foul. It's like the 22nd or 23rd minute. Nasello got fouled, and it looked like she almost got like a shirt pull that also included like maybe her hair because it's so long.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Tom, you can speak from experience. Sometimes you get a really good hair pull, and there's that one strand, and it pulls, and you just feel it all the way down your back. And that's just what I saw in the field, honestly. Yeah. It was just one of those like, oh God, ow. And then
you're not happy when it happens either.
No.
And I think a couple times she got like fouled and then called against her.
Yeah.
At least from what I could see. I get we're biased, but it was a weirdly refereed game. It was kind of a weirdly played game tactically, and like in terms of the tempo of it at sometimes. Never like slow, but an interesting one for sure. I don't know if we came into it with the chip on our shoulder to try and like do something different to make up for that first game of the season where they beat us. But I don't know. Dallas they got our number right now.
Yeah, what happened? Nasello, like even Nasello was a little bit off. She had a good ball. She got caught on her own feet. Jade Moore had a beautiful tackle as always. It was I remember the whole bar. We were in where were we? What bar did we go to? Bayboro, thank you. I forgot the name. We were watching it. The whole watch party just started cheering, honestly, because it was just such a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Came in out of nowhere, torpedoed whoever the Dallas ball carrier was, just knocked her on her face.
Yeah, just so clean.
But Sun fans will cheer just as much for like a like a face planting tackle as we will for a goal. That's what I've learned.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because they can lead to the goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And especially in that spot.
This did it. Yeah. It didn't this time, but
it almost led to a chance. The ball kind of like trickled right to a Trinity player, but hey, it's all about putting the fear of God into them sometimes, you know? If they want to receive the ball at that point in the field, they got to turn around and make sure that Jade's not right there about to, end their whole life.
Yeah, Jade or Brooke Hendricks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brooke Hendricks. She got
Henny,
that dog.
Henny was out for some blood this game, and I loved it. I was here for it.
Yep, and it was good to have Carly all game against Dallas.
Yes.
She wasn't able to get one in. Nobody scored, but you could see she was coming up with some pretty good chances. Carly, Cecily was as well. Brooke was finding herself open on some corner kicks that I really liked. So that's what I'm saying is it wasn't like we were taken out back of the Cotton Bowl and beat with a switch or nothing. It was a pretty good game, and things just didn't fall our way. They got us. They're a bugaboo.
I still think the second goal was too egregious, but
yeah, we deserve to have at least one goal scored on us. I'm not saying we probably deserved a goal or two ourselves, but there's definite reasons those two goals got scored. I don't know. You want to get into that first goal, that weird free kick?
Before that, it's just we just even right before the end of the half, Giamona had one good kick, but it was just a little bit high. We go into the half. Flo has another great header, just a little bit high.
She had one header just a little high. She had one she tried to correct and heading into the ground right at the keeper. So we're getting open, we're finding gaps, but sometimes you don't get lucky. And Dallas got real lucky twice this game. So that I got some strong feelings about the first goal because fouls are going to happen. You're going to give up free kicks. And this specific spot on the field, it was on the right side of our defense, maybe less than a meter away from the box, maybe a meter and a half from the touchline.
What is that in freedom units?
3 feet, I want to say.
Okay, thank you.
Right. It makes sense. I never say meter unless I'm talking about soccer, to be fair.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I still I will always need freedom units. I apologize.
Yeah. And for people that don't know any units, it was really close to the box and really close to the end line, which is, a weird spot for a free kick to be taken. Not somewhere you practice. It doesn't come up too often.
It was an odd. Normally, it would always be out on the opposing team.
Yeah, you work on corner kicks and you work on some other things, but that's a weird spot. My issue with it is once that ball gets in the 6-yard box, anything's going to happen. So the whole point is to get that ball not into the 6-yard box. I think the British lady called it the chaos area, which awesome, love it. So we failed right off the bat by letting the ball into the chaos zone, right into the discord dimension, because it was the positioning of the wall for me is what gets me. When you've got a right-footed taker and Amber Brooks over there on the right side of our defense, we kind of know the trajectory of the ball already. It looked like we were we were way too far towards the end line. I guess that's guarding against like a super embarrassing near post goal, but we had Flint standing near post anyway. So to me, you want to have those two people in the wall shift over to the left and make her put the service into the box, but not into the 6-yard box, because then it's easier to deal with. Still not easy by any means, but a lot easier than having it right there. Because when you get it in the chaos zone, chaos happens. Hinton was in a good spot. We didn't quite have her covered, but it came off of Giamona in the end. And that's nothing to say she didn't do nothing right, but you're in the wrong spot sometimes just because that's how the ball came in. A couple players on our team kind of threw their legs out there instead of getting their body behind it. And I guess that's not wanting to deflect it. But if you're getting your leg out there, you're still going to deflect it. So it was a poor effort defending, and that's what led to an own goal. You know, you can't let those things happen. I get it's not something you practice that often. I get it's a weird spot, but it's little things that almost feel basic that we just, I don't know if we were flustered. We were upset about something. The game hadn't been going our way. The referees were making some weird calls. So I don't know if that's what it was, but it's just basic stuff about wall positioning, getting your body behind a ball, and talking. It was bad communication all game, frankly, if I'm going to pick out one big issue for me.
Okay.
What do you think about that goal, Liz? Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't focus as much on the first goal as I did on the second goal. The second goal was egregious in my opinion. Like I'm sorry, I have no other words for it. And I love this team, and I love this team so much. That's why I'm going to be critical. Because that was just sloppy. It really was. It was so bad. I was telling the team, the RBLR team, this before we started recording. I went back and I played it at half speed so that I could watch every single pass and watch, okay, what happened here? Okay, and then it went to here, and then what went wrong here? Okay, and then went it here, and then what went wrong here? So here's what happened. Edmonds passes to Giamona. She passes up to Giamona. Good. Giamona passes back to Edmonds. Edmonds was far too loose with this ball. Okay, and I realize we pick on her a lot. I don't know if I love her. She's amazing. She's a phenomenal player. So please, if for some reason Crispin Edmonds is listening or says gets back to her, we love you. Please don't take this personally. I love you so much. But like, she's such a good player. What happened? That's what kills me. Is she's such a good player. She was so loose with this ball. She lets it get just past her. Clearly doesn't notice the Dallas player coming in right behind her. Eyes on that ball like a shark, and she grabs it,
one of the
runs with it.
Around.
Yeah, insane. Grabs it, runs with it, and I will give Edmonds. She tried to catch up to it. You could see her hauling ass. Trying to get back to that ball because she knew she fucked up. Listro was what? Oh, yep. Sorry. Yep, thank you. Yep, we got the one. Yes. Yep, there's Eureka in the comment.
You're right though.
My bad. Listro is where?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no freaking clue. Listro was not on a person. Listro was just kind of there, just sort of watching what happens. So we don't recover at all. We have like 6 players who had the opportunity to do something at one point before this ball is finally kicked towards Orcus. Okay, who was also, in my opinion, a little far off her line in my taste, but I also like a keeper. Yeah. I like an on the line keeper personally.
Got to make yourself big.
I mean, yes, but not
back here. You got all this room. If I get closer to you, where are you shooting?
Okay. All right, valid. But the problem with this is that she didn't choose to get close to shoot.
Yeah,
she was probably still a good meter away.
Good job. That's the danger on a fast break. You get caught in no man's land as a keeper. And I mean, to Dallas's credit, it was the 3-on-2 breakaway that they executed perfectly, absolutely flawlessly. Sam Meza, the girl
for Dallas, yeah, textbook for Dallas. Honestly, great job, Dallas. I'd love to see that kind of play from the side.
Give it up to the Dallas Trinity, yeah, really. Yeah, because hey, it's probably hard to hear from their fans in that stadium anyway, so I get it. That's why they get the marching band.
All 3 of them.
Yeah. Hey, look, it was almost 2,000. It just looked like less than 100,000 foot or 100,000 seater. Yeah. But yeah, Sam Meza is probably one of the fastest dribblers in the country right now. I would say in the league, but she is no longer in the league. She's been recalled by North Carolina. Good for whoever has to play Dallas next.
Wait, Sam Meza got recalled?
Sam Meza got recalled. Julia Dorsey got recalled. The NWSL is plundering us with recalls right now.
Okay, see, I heard rumors of it, but I hadn't heard it was official yet. So thank you.
Yeah. Those two got recalled. Heather Hins.
Dallas is screwed.
Yeah. Dallas is going to be looking for some pieces, especially if
Couldn't we have
Chiomo
done this a
Bagagu
week
is
ago?
still injured. So could be interesting. That's what I was hinting at. Is it's a way different Dallas team that we played Sunday that's going to play Brooklyn on Saturday. You think you're getting this big time Clash of Titans coming up on Saturday with Brooklyn and Dallas, but I guarantee y'all it ain't going to be the same Dallas team.
No.
They're going to be good. If Ubagagu's back in the lineup, she was injured. If Ubagagu's back in the lineup, that's going to help them a lot, but it's not a full strength Dallas team anymore, and it won't be. We're not going to see Dallas be as good as they have been these past couple weeks. Yeah, hot take right off the belt there. Kind of pulled that one out of nowhere, but it was a well-worked goal. Nobody got back in time to cover. 2-on-3 breakaway. We just straight up.
Everyone. It was in the worst possible place at the worst possible time.
Yeah,
we absolutely nailed that.
Shell shocked. Absolutely. It was not wonderful. and I think the rest of the game from there, I think things only got worse. We kind of got desperate. We got a little disorganized. Hendricks got herself hurt by trying too hard, basically, which I get. I feel that right now. My calf is killing me from what I did last night, but hey, pat myself on the back a little bit. Had a good game.
There you go.
But yeah, it just all it went to hell after you give up 2 goals. Sometimes it's the most dangerous lead in soccer, and sometimes when they happen that close to each other, it's just a backbreaker.
This kills me. Oh wait, there was one good thing that came out of the game. One good thing.
What's that?
And I bet you're not going to guess what it is.
No.
Kaylin Marchese was on the bench.
That's right. First time ever. Back in action, sort of, almost, kind of.
Kind of.
Probably warmed up, right? Backup goalie, they warm up. Yeah. Yeah. Our hometown girl, our superstar, the prodigal daughter returning. That's a good sign for us.
Yeah.
And that's because, like we were saying about the NWSL kind of plundering the whole Super League, Kozal got not recalled. She got released by Portland, which does also end the loan because she's out of contract. So Kozal,
we no longer have her.
Yeah, she doesn't play for the Thorns or the Sun anymore.
Interesting. Okay.
At least that's what I'm figuring. She's still on our roster, but I don't know how quick we are to update that.
Interesting.
But I would imagine if you're under contract for a team and they loan you to somebody else, and your contract isn't renewed, that's that's the contract.
That. Unless the team wanted to then sign you as a free agent, right? Because you would be a free agent.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know if she's a free agent. Yeah, she's got to be a free agent now because they announced it. But I don't know if we do, because if Marchese's healthy, why have 4 good goalies? Why carry that many?
Mm-hmm.
She was good, but we haven't seen her in the lineup. Orkis has gotten the job back, but now that Marchese is healthy, that's going to be something interesting to look forward to going into the spring. Because she's a world-class goalie, so she might be in the sticks come February 3rd against Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, and we have RBLR has inquired about this, and we are waiting for clarification from the team.
Yeah, we're waiting on clarification about Brooke Hendricks' injury too.
Yeah.
So if Denise is listening right now, hit us up.
Yeah. Go ahead, just go ahead, shoot the Heat Wave a message, and or just shoot RBLR. That was both in a group chat.
Email, Instagram, whatever.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. So at least we had one good thing come out of it, that was really cool to see. I remember I did see her. She did the full practice. Oh, the audio got funny for a minute.
Sorry, massive truck just went by.
Okay. She when I went to the open practice, what was that, a month ago or so? She did the full practice, I believe.
Okay.
In a giant puffy coat, but yes.
Florida girl.
Yeah. So interesting. I'd be interested to see if maybe we see her starting.
Yeah. I feel like we talk about our
Starting
goalies
against Spokane.
Maybe. Do you let her come in that soon? Spokane, not necessarily the most dangerous goal scoring team in the league. 9% conversion rate, not very good. Maybe. I don't know if you just ride Orcas till the end and maybe pick up Marquise in the spring, once, use that 6 weeks or whatever to make sure everything's good with everybody. But just to have her in the hand, just to have her ready to go.
Yeah. No, I love it. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about our goalies a lot on this podcast.
We're finally getting to our starting 11.
How long? 18, 19, 20 weeks we've been saying this. Hey, the rest of the league better watch out when we get our full starting perfect 11 out there. So I think we're zeroing in on it. Fine.
Yeah. Only took how long?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Denisic's injured, so she might figure into it. But hey, let's not worry about the injuries.
Denny and Henny can't be injured.
Yeah, Denny, Henny, Watari. We got one more still injured, right?
Keen.
And Hannah Keene, yeah. Hannah Keene is she should be like in the rotation at the very least. So yeah, look out.
No,
Super League.
She was still like she's not on the field yet.
No, but once she is, she's gonna be involved.
Yeah, I think Yuki might be closer than Hannah, only because Hannah's still in the gym. She was still in the gym during the open practice when everybody else was out on the field.
Okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to start your team's history waiting on injuries to heal. But hey, here we are. All right.
What else happened this week?
The other soccer teams in our league.
Oh, they played?
They played, yeah.
Oh, good for them.
It's good. You love to see it. As a fan of women's sports, I'm glad that women are playing sports professionally, personally.
Yes.
I was reading today some chatter. Some NWSL fans are like, got issues with the Super League still.
What?
Sorry, guys, we're all on the same team here. Yeah. There was somebody in Lexington specifically talking to me saying like one of their friends goes to racing games in Louisville and they're like dismissive of Lexington SC because it's a new league. It's not established. They think the quality, it's like, come on.
I'm sorry. What do you think people thought about the NWSL in 2013? Exactly. They thought y'all were garbage trash, not going to be around.
Mm-hmm. Look, if you like women's sports, you got to be happy that they're getting paid to play sports. That there's more teams, more opportunities. That's the whole point. That's what the whole league harps about. That's the propaganda. Buy into the propaganda. You're not immune to it. It's fun. I love propaganda. So, speaking of Lexington, they were one of the other teams that played. Mm-hmm. They played Brooklyn. That's number 1 in the league versus number 8 in the league. Liz, how do you think that game went? Just guess.
I think that game went poorly.
Poorly for
Lexington.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Lexington probably shit the bed.
Yeah, they lost 3-0 to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, Lexington's got good pieces. It just doesn't fall their way. Nothing's connecting right. I think they're better than their record says they are. But I think every team in this league is pretty good, too. There's a lot of parity in it, I think Brooklyn's the class of the league right now, but there's not that much difference separating. There's a lot of
the collar on the kits.
Dude, look good, feel good,
it just
play good.
Elevates them.
It's real. You look good, you feel good, you play good, and Brooklyn looks so good.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of looking good, if you'd like to look good, you can use this code HEATWAVE at shop.rblrsports.com. We have a new shirt. We talked about it last show. Everyone Pirates Women's Sports. And then we made it a shirt. Go buy one.
You got a little pirate ship.
It's got a little pirate ship on it. Yeah. So make sure you use that promo code, get 10% off. Go ahead and order. Good stuff. I am absolutely gonna buy one of those. So you will see me wearing one.
It's a good shirt. I want to get one of the hats too in the team colors. Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he added at least one new Sun specific hat. It was nice.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can be dripped out at Riverfront at Big Jim Stadium. We're going with Big Jim now. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. The other game, right? That was such a smooth transition, but like there's another game still. All right. So give me a second.
I know, but I had to go for it.
No, you nailed it. You nailed it. I loved it. The other game was our hated rivals, those dirty demons from down south, Fluted. They picked up a 2-1 win over the team that we play next week, Spokane. And it was a game that Spokane didn't look fantastic in. Fort Lauderdale controlled a lot of the pace. They won the wing battles. They found gaps. They did everything they needed to do. Spokane finally got that one goal real late in the game. So I mean, as bad as our 2-0 scoreline looks, Spokane deserved that 2-0 more than we did. Let me say that. we should have lost 2-1, not them.
I mean, I would feel better about a 2-1, honestly.
Yeah. This is some high grade cope right now. Oh, we should have lost 2-1. It's still a loss, man. Yeah, so speaking of good transitions, Fort Lauderdale beat Spokane. We're playing them. Let's talk about Spokane a little bit, Lizzie.
I would like to beat them.
What are your feelings off the cuff? You watch any Zephyr games lately? What's that?
No.
It's too late. They're on too late.
There are Zephyr fans who watch games.
There's more than some teams out there.
You're not wrong. And I joke only because I'm jealous. I think it's really cool actually that they have the nobody watches Zephyr women's sport.
Oh my god. Surrounded by haters on this podcast. You let that Best of the Bay award go to your head. Is what happened.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
no, as I was saying, I think it's really cool. They have the men's side, and I believe are they getting moved up?
The men's side, no, just Lexington's moving up.
No, just Lexington. Okay, my bad.
Spokane State.
No, I like the pairing of the USL team with the Super League team. I think it's cool. I like that they have their own stadium.
Yeah.
But they haven't done anything.
They don't do it for you, do they? It's not a good record.
No, you know what? It's the equivalent of the meme where it's the guy with the stick and he's just like, go on, do something.
That's tough but fair. Especially when you consider their 9% conversion rate. They actually do something.
Ours?
Yeah, ours is slightly better. I want to say 12. So like, look.
Okay. All right, still better.
Yeah, but our numbers aren't as funny as Spokane's are. Spokane is shaking out some really comedic math up there in Washington, which is to say they have 11 goals total over these 13 games that they've played, which is not a hot number. No. It's the second fewest goals in the league, 11. But, and this is how you get that 9% conversion rate, 11 goals scored by Spokane, 168 shots, which ties them for the most with Brooklyn. So it's not like they're not trying, Liz. They're kicking the ball at the net. What more do you want out of a soccer team? What?
It's just really funny. I don't know.
That's hard-hitting, in-depth analysis you can only find at RBLR.
Oh, yes. True.
Yeah. No.
That is impressive. I will say that they're matched with Brooklyn for shots. But that their conversion rate is just so goddamn awful.
I would honestly say that out of all the teams, you're foo-fooing them saying they need to do stuff. I would say Spokane kicks the soccer ball more than any other team in the league.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because not only do they have 168 shots, most in the league tied with Brooklyn, they lead the league in completed passes. They have, this is a stupid number, they have 5,329 passes.
That's a lot.
I almost want to double check that, but that is right.
How would you double check that?
By pulling up the same website I already pulled up to check. What do you mean
okay.
double check? No, I want to scroll back.
Oh, no, I thought you meant like, I'm going to go find another thing for women's soccer statistics.
Yeah, and see if that's even. No, I'm going to go back through every Spokane game that they've played and
just
do
count.
A tally mark for all 5,300 something of them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Nobody watches Zephyr Sports. I watch every single second. Yeah. So yeah, they're a team that loves kicking soccer balls. That's awesome. That's the whole point of the sport. Our guarantee is that you're going to see a lot of the ball getting kicked when you go to Big Jim Stadium for this game. I'm not going to guarantee the ball is going to be kicked into netting very much by either team, frankly. But man, are we going to put some total leather, y'all.
Ooh, maybe this means there'll be another ball behind the more balls in the swamp.
They might break the record with that 9% conversion.
Lexington had like 7.
Yeah, Lexington was. Yeah, I don't know if they'll break that record actually, but we'll see. We'll see. Too many balls.
Too many balls in the swamp.
Producer's on fire tonight, bro.
Yes. I think they are getting rid of that entirely, by the way. I think they're getting rid of the name too, it sounds like.
They're walking
At
back
first
a
they
lot.
weren't, and then I think people were like, no, it has to go too.
Yeah, Boss Nation, y'all. They are not walking back how much money they're wasting on the stadium.
No.
They
are sharing with high schoolers.
Yeah, they are spending a whole lot of public dollars on that, baby. Don't love it. Be more like the Sun. Spend private money to upgrade public infrastructure. It's just easy, guys.
Give back to the community.
You're welcome.
We love
it. All right, so Spokane, they got a couple players I want to focus in on real quick that we need to talk about because look, they're doing stuff. 168 shots, 20 of those have been taken by Mackenzie Weinert, kind of their right-sided midi. She don't score too much, y'all, but she do be kicking the ball. She's maybe the most Spokane Zephyr player on the entire Spokane Zephyr. Because she loves kicking the soccer ball. She's her 20 shots are third most in the league. For perspective, that's tied with Carly Jamona. Carly has 4 goals. Mackenzie Weinert does not. But she's gonna be kicking that ball. So you're gonna want to watch her. She's one of my players to watch. I also like Marley Canales in the midfield. Because actually, we played Spokane not too long ago, and we're really ripping on them for a team that beat us, aren't we? Come to think of it.
Shut up.
A moment of
I actually did forget that they beat us. So actually, let me shut the hell up.
We're just over here memeing on Spokane. It's like no, they kind of handled.
They did.
Us really.
You're correct. Actually, I should not be talking so big because we
need to pause the podcast and like rethink everything for a second. Sorry. As soon as I said Marley Canales, I had like bad flashbacks to that game. I was like, "Oh, that's right, her." So she's one of my players to watch because she scored against us last time.
It was like a 1-0 loss, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was fresh off the loss to Brooklyn. Just a bad week was what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, that was away to Spokane. So like we'll be more.
You know what happened is the I have PTSD, so I'm blocking it out. That's why I didn't remember.
Yeah, I think we all do. That whole week was that was like in October during the hurricanes. That was just traumatic for us. Yeah. Man, that's a bummer. The whole vibe just shifted.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, keep an eye on Marley Canales. She scored on us again. or she scored on us once and she wants to do it again. She's their big chance creator. She's got 15 chances created on the season, which is as many as Carly has as well. It was that's right. It was a really thick outside of the box goal. She's good. When they score, they only score bangers, I think, is the Zephyr problem. They don't score too often, but man, they're nice when they do. Out there on the wing, they got one of my favorite players in the league who's not named Sydney Martinez or wearing the Sun jersey, and that would be Amina Ekic. She's still my pick, second best dribbler in the league. I know Luana Gravias has got something to say about that probably, but she's a really good finisher, so I'm not going to give her credit for dribbling and finishing. That's selfish. Just greedy. Come on, be cool. But yeah, Sydney Nacello, hometown. Come on, best dribbler in the league. But Amina Ekic right there with her. She's a problem on the wings. This game is going to be won and lost on the wings. They're going to push. They're going to push that. Where is Amina? They're going to push that left side, and we're going to push our right side. So the whole game's really going to be played on one sideline. We're going to be looking for Sydney. They're going to be looking for Amina. It's going to be a lot of work for our right back, whether it be Talia or Paige. Jade Moore as the right-sided pivot is going to have to get involved to control things. It's going to be a lot over there on that far side of the field towards the river if we're attacking away from the heat wave end. So those are the players I like. I also got to give a shout out to a defensive player. They don't ever get the credit they deserve, but they have a left center back named Clark. I do not take down first names because that is slightly more legwork than I want to do ever. But her last name is Clark, and she is the league leader in passes completed, 108 passes. Big time contributor to that big time number for their most passes in the league. She's got 49 clearances. That's one less than Henny has. 808 passes. Viv Bissett is our leader. She's got 794. So creeping up there, but Clark's a stalwart. That back line for Spokane is set in stone and has been for a good while. They kind of play with the midfield a little bit, taking out Weiner, putting in Vigiano, putting in Vetter instead of Yaskanik, their striker. But most of the time, they're solid towards the back. It's going to be a fun game for sure. It's a lot of action. I don't know how many goals get scored. Liz, do you got a score prediction?
I'm going to come out and say we're going to have a 1-0 win because I want to get them back. But yeah. I think maybe we might be a little more defensively solid this match. Okay. I'm hoping we learned.
Yeah.
Why did you go back? Why are you mad?
Because all right, we've never done it on the podcast, but I was going to do 1-0 too. So I'm doing 1-0. All right.
Okay.
We're both going 1-0.
Okay. But I did pick it first, and it's not written anywhere. I didn't read it.
You saw in my reaction that I had it in my head, though. I'm not lying. All right?
Yeah. All right. Eureka has a 2-1 win.
Just to be different, I think, right?
Yeah.
We can't all pick 1-0. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Show up to Big Jim. It's the last game at home. It's the last game at all until February. So if you haven't been, if you have been, show up.
Yeah, go get tickets. They should still be like 18 and some change, like literally under $20 for the supporter section. And if you're annoyed with the smoke, there's no smoke in the supporter section because it's all blowing towards y'all. So if you come stand in the supporter section, it's smoke free.
Yep.
Just saying.
Much easier to dodge if you're closer to it.
Come get loud with us.
Yep. Let's hit up some other news real quick. And on the way out here, shout out to North Carolina, the University of North Carolina Tar Heels and Olivia Thomas. They got that 1-0 win over Wake Forest. Liz's pick to win it all. Hey, don't feel too bad. You did better than Duke did. They lost in the semi to UNC.
Yeah, this was also I didn't know this. This was Wake Forest's first finals finish ever.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first time they've ever made it to the finals.
Wow. Yeah, that really interesting. Like semifinal, 3 of the 4 teams were all right there, Central North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's a hotbed of soccer up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Olivia Thomas is the goal scorer for the Tar Heels. She's got cool blue dreads. She looks awesome. She plays great. Yeah, yeah.
She's so cool looking. I love her.
Yeah, she's gonna be a pro next year. I'd expect her to be. She's gonna have that NWSL crest on her sleeve this time next year, I think.
Yes. I think I read or heard somewhere that the Tar Heels have produced the most women's national team players.
Yeah, that makes sense. Their coach up there was the same coach, not anymore, but for like 30 something years straight, same guy up there.
Yeah,
Doonan, I want to say was his name, but yeah. What
at the beginning?
Julia Dorsey from Dallas. She came from UNC.
Yeah. They have the Tar Heels the Tar Heels have 22 championships, and like there's 22 championships between all the other schools or something like that.
Oh my god, that's nasty.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, they're good. So
yeah,
makes sense they won. Yeah, and the men's college cup. Boys are allowed to play soccer too. The men's college cup is drawing to a conclusion. I haven't kept up on it as much, but I think we're into like the quarterfinals, semifinals there. ESPN Plus, and then the semifinals on ESPNU, I want to say. So, domestic soccer ain't over. Liz. My God, the loans, Liz. The loans. We've already talked about it.
Never fall in love with a loan.
Don't never fall in love with a loanee. We've done it before. We did it. The Rowdies have done it. I did it with who was that kid from Crystal Palace? Chelsea took him back. Look, don't fall in love with a loanee. Lauren Kozol. Love you. I think. Did we talk about this earlier or on the pod or what?
Yeah, like briefly.
Okay. Yeah. Out of contract.
She go bye-bye.
Yep. Sam Meza, Julia Dorsey, out of here. So Dallas going to be different. Winia Hudson, she was on loan to Dallas too. She played really good against us. She is out of contract for Washington on January 1st. So are we going to see her in February? Don't know. A lot of very interesting questions with this first Super League break. The first time we ever have to deal with the transfer window lining up with Europe. Maybe some teams are going to retool that way. You see who NWSL has dropped, who you're going to need when they take away the girls you've got on loan. There's a lot of – it's not going to be a boring couple weeks in December and January. That's for sure. Yeah. You got a lot of, like, transfer action, I'm sure, is going to be happening. Heather Hins was the other big loanee who got recalled. She's back to the Houston Dash. She was the goalie for Fort Lauderdale for these past couple weeks. Definitely when we played against them down there. So they were kind of like streaming goalies, going one after the other. Just I think Fort Lauderdale played more goalies than any other team in the league, and they had something that worked with Heather. And then Houston yoinked her back to Texas. So don't know who's going to be in the sticks for them on February 3rd when we play them. And the other one was Amanda Allen. She'd been named to the team of the week for Lexington as a forward, or the team of the month, I think, in November. And not only did she get recalled, she tore her labrum. And she's going to have to do surgery. She's on Orlando's roster on their season-ending injury list now. So hope she comes back good to join Orlando for their title defense. She's a damn good player.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is interesting. Especially considering most of those teams two of those teams are from the bottom half of the NWSL table. The Dash were dead last, and the Reign were right above them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting. Like, why take these players back? Are you happy with what you're seeing, and you want them in your system with your coaches and your facilities? I guess. Yeah.
Especially like right before the end of this season, like that's weird to me. Like, why not just let them finish?
Yeah, one more game, which
weird timing all around.
I don't know is that going to be the norm going forward?
Yeah, it could have something to do with the way NWSL contracts work. They have to be like recalled and in place or whatever by a certain time.
Yeah, and I think that might be something, but I did hear that Washington, Winia Hudson, the Dallas player, she's under contract for Washington until the first of the year, which I know some contracts are structured that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of them are structured that way. But yeah, and there's a difference between being recalled on loan and getting released from the team too. Like Ozal was released from Portland, so she's not with us because her contract with Portland was canceled or deferred or whatever the terminology may be. It's but you can't be on loan when you're not with the parent club anymore. Yeah. Did we have the option to pick her up immediately as a free agent and not because Marquise's healthy? There's a lot of like weird behind the scenes things that pretty unique in American soccer for sure with the 2 seasons in world soccer, frankly, but what other country in the world has 2 top division leagues? India, but playing at different times and having like loans in between each other. And it's a whole new set of problems.
Yeah. Yeah, because the US and maybe Australia are the only ones that could probably hold 2 leagues. So we are broaching new territory, that's for sure.
Pioneers, baby.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, Liz, you want to go down the previews for the fall finale as the league's branding it?
Sure. So all of these games are going to be on Saturday, December 14th.
Yep.
So we have 4 games every team is playing. Starting at noon Eastern time, we have Lexington versus DC.
Yep.
Followed by that, we have at 3:30. So we can watch 3 of these games. And you only miss one or like part of one. So at 3:30 we have Dallas versus Brooklyn, which will be interesting as with the aforementioned players who are missing from Dallas. It's kind of unfair in my opinion that Brooklyn gets to play such an easy Dallas team, but oh well.
But hey, congrats to Brooklyn for building a really good roster without relying on NWSL loanees.
That's valid.
If they go out there and they beat Dallas, that's a big part of the reason why Dallas is relying too much on outside assistance. And that's what I was saying earlier, is it's not the same Dallas team playing us on last Sunday that's going to be playing Brooklyn this Saturday.
Yeah. All right. And then there's a little bit of break. We play Spokane at home at Fort Blake at 7 p.m. And then
we should be able to watch those 2 games in the entirety, right? 12 and 3:30.
Oh yeah, you should be able to watch noon, 3:30, and then start 7.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then turn off notifications for the Fort Lauderdale game.
Yeah, so that you can go watch that. Although oh no, I hate Fort Lauderdale, but I also don't want Carolina to win.
Yeah. Well, hey, if Carolina can get a win in a way, in the last game of the fall season, that way there's no momentum to build on, that's fine with me. That's not innocent if you have to take a 6-week break after winning.
That's true.
Yep.
So it is an action-packed Saturday. Make sure you're watching. Everything is on Peacock in the US and then various other streamings in other countries.
Yep. Yar.
Yep.
If you have to. But yeah, I think that's the first time all 8 teams are playing on one day, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
Because
cool.
we didn't even have that the opening weekend. You're right.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Very exciting.
All right.
That about does it. We will talk to you guys next weekend. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, follow, hit notifications so that you don't miss any updates. Because we're gonna have lots of things next week. Lots and lots.
Yeah. We're on Twitter still technically. Might be on Threads. You could technically find us on Blue Skis. Facebook. It's not going to do you any good.
Blue Skis.
Blue Ski. Follow us on Blue Ski. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Meet us in
That's
Big
where I'm
Gym
gonna be.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.